So this is the question we're tackling today, and it comes straight from our source material. Subaru versus BMW. Which is the best car for American people 2026 and why? It's simple, it's direct, and it's exactly what people are asking. So which one is it? Well, spoiler alert, there's no single right answer. But what we can do is give you all the tools you need to find the right answer for your family. And here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the core question itself. Then, we'll try to figure out who we're even talking about when we say the best. After that, we'll jump into the real nitty-gritty, the head-to-head comparisons, and then we'll touch on the stuff you won't find on a spec sheet. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a clear guide to making your own decision. Let's get into it. Okay, first up, the core question. This isn't just about picking a machine made of metal, plastic, and rubber. It's really a tale of two completely different brands and what they stand for. In one corner, you've got Subaru, the practical adventurer. Their whole reputation is built on things like safety, standard all-wheel drive, and this rugged, let's go climb a mountain kind of vibe. And in the other corner, you have BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Their whole focus is on performance, luxury, and giving you this premium, super refined experience. They're making two very, very different promises to you and your family. So that brings us to the word best. What does that even mean? The best car for someone living alone in a big city is going to be completely different from the best car for a family of 5 living out in the suburbs. It really all boils down to your specific, real-world needs. And this question just hits the nail on the head. When the source asks what's best for the American people, who are we actually talking about? It's millions of people with completely different lives, different budgets, different priorities. There's just no way one car can be the single best answer for everyone. So, to make this really useful, let's create a profile. Let's imagine a family that puts safety at the very top of the list, but they also love to get out of town for a weekend adventure or a big road trip. And of course, they're keeping a close eye on the family budget. If that sounds a little bit like you, then let's take that profile and really put these two brands to the test. All right, this is the main event, the head-to-head. We're going to break this down into 4 key battlegrounds, 4 areas that every single family should be thinking about long before they set foot in a dealership.
First up, the big one, money. And listen, the price you see on the window sticker, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's really just the entry fee. We need to talk about the total cost of ownership over the long haul.
Okay, this chart is your new best friend. Now, you've got to do your own homework on specific models, obviously, but let's talk general trends. Purchase price. Subaru almost always comes in lower. Insurance? Yeah, the BMW is probably going to have a higher premium. But here's where it gets really interesting. Maintenance. A lot of veteran mechanics will tell you that while both cars are pretty solid, when something does need fixing, Subaru parts are just easier to get and won't break the bank. And then there's resale value. Subarus are legendary for holding their value, so you might pay less upfront and you get more back when you sell it. That's a huge deal. It's a real tug of war between the lower long-term cost of the Subaru and that premium feel of the BMW. Okay, let's move on from this spreadsheet and talk about real life. Like a rainy Tuesday afternoon. You've got 3 kids in the back, a trunk full of groceries, and you have to get to soccer practice in an hour. How does the car actually work for you in those moments? This is where you need to get super practical. Forget horsepower for a second. Can you fit 2 hockey bags and a stroller in the back? Seriously, are there enough little cubbies and cup holders for all the snacks and drinks that are absolutely essential for keeping the peace back there? And what about all-wheel drive? A Subaru comes with its standard, and that's not just for some epic mountain adventure. That's for the slick, rainy road on the way home from school. These are the little things that become huge things in your day-to-day life. All right, battleground 3. And for any parent, this is probably battleground number 1, right? Safety. It's the one thing you just can't compromise on. Both of these brands are fantastic when it comes to safety, but they do approach it a little differently. So Subaru gives you its eyesight system on almost everything. It's like having an extra set of eyes on the road, which, if you've ever dealt with a chaotic school pickup line, you know is priceless. It's always scanning, looking out for you. BMW's system is also fantastic, maybe a little more focused on highway driving and intervening with this incredible smooth precision. The bottom line is, both of their lane-keeping systems are there to be your co-pilot, to reduce that daily commute stress and to add a massive layer of protection. They just get there from slightly different angles. Okay, our final battlegrounds, the actual experience of driving the car. How does it feel? Because when you're 6 hours into that drive to visit family with restless kids in the back, comfort isn't a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. Driving a Subaru gives you this amazing sense of we can handle anything. Rain, snow, a bumpy dirt road, no problem. It's pure confidence. The BMW, though, is all about refined comfort. The seats are often designed like high-end furniture, perfect for those long stretches on the highway. The cabin is quieter. So here's the question for that long family road trip. Do you want the rugged peace of mind that the Subaru offers, or do you want the serene, comfortable cabin of the BMW that might just buy you an extra hour of quiet from the back seat? That is a tough one.
Okay, so we've run the numbers, we've talked about practicality and safety. But let's be honest, buying a car isn't just a logical decision made on a spreadsheet. There's a feeling to it, a gut instinct.
We're talking about the stuff that doesn't show up on a spec sheet. You know, the Subaru owner wave? That's a real thing. That's a sense of community. Or the feeling of quiet confidence you get from the BMW brand. It's how the car makes you feel when you walk up to it in the parking lot. Don't underestimate this stuff. It really matters for how much you'll love your car 5 years from now. Okay, we have thrown a lot at you. So how do you actually take all this information and make a decision? Let's boil it all down into a simple step-by-step plan for you and your family. Here's your checklist. First, before you go anywhere, sit down and figure out what really matters most to you. Is it the absolute lowest cost over 5 years? Or is it maximum comfort on road trips? Be honest. Second, take those practical questions we talked about the cargo space, the snack holders, all of it, and actually ask them at the dealership. Don't be shy. Third, and this is non-negotiable, you have to test drive them. Both of them, on the same day if you can, on roads you normally drive. And finally, after all the thinking and all the numbers, just listen to your gut. Which one feels like it belongs in your driveway?
So in the end, it really comes down to this. Your car is going to be the silent member of your family for the next few years. It's the backdrop for so many memories, from the daily commute to that epic family vacation. So the real question isn't just which car is better, it's what kind of story do we want our car to tell? Is it a story about practical, ready-for-anything adventures, or is it a story about smooth, comfortable, refined journeys? You figure that out and you'll know exactly which car is right for you.